All right, I'm live again. Oh my God. Part two of getting to 69 kilos. So I was just talking in the previous live and then it got cut out because my phone got too hot. It was sitting on the dashboard. That's probably what it was. So I'm outing myself because I put a kilo on yesterday. Not yesterday, but I'm starting to go up. Hey Maddie, how you going? I'm just talking about my health journey at the moment. You came back. Yay. Yeah, sorry, Mike. That was a little bit annoying. I don't know how that happened. Obviously, my phone got too hot. Um, so I hope you're well, Maddie. But I'm just going to. I love your shirt. Thank you. It's a nice shirt, eh? It's kind of like it's nice and cool too because it's quite hot now right at the moment in Australia. It's 29 degrees. So guys, I'm just going to continue on. I don't know, Matt, if you were in my last live. It just cut out. Mike was there. I quickly had a look and I saw Clayton was there and Sandra was there. I think was Kathleen there too, Mike? I couldn't see. But anyway, there was a few people there. So anyway, continuing on my story. So 75 Hub was really good for me mentally. It got me some really good habits going. And obviously the weight loss was obviously advantage of it, right? Now, I was talking about in my last live that yesterday I weighed myself and I put on 1 kilo. No big deal, right? But in the scale of life, if I don't address that 1 kilo, it'll go on and on and on. Okay, so Kathleen was there, yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't want people to watch me and go, oh, Dora's, she's watching her weight now, she's counting her calories, all those kind of things. No, not at all, guys. I've never been like that, never want to be like that. But the reason why I need to lose some weight, guys, is because I take pressure off my knees. If I am at a better weight ratio for my height, because I'm 175 centimeters, guys, so I don't know what that is in your speak, but I'm quite a tall person, right? So for my height, I can hide the weight, if that makes any sense, guys. Like I talked about in my previous live, I got up to 92 kilos in my live. I'm sorry, in my worst. And that's actually quite a lot of weight for a woman. Um, Now, because I'm quite tall, I can hide it. So I stretch it out basically. Um, so Maddie's saying here, I'm having some mental health issues right now today. I've definitely a mental health, and tomorrow probably going to. I'm sorry that you're having some, mental health, and you know what? It's okay to have a mental health day. Like I actually think it's really important to have a mental health day. It's like when I was employed, I would take days off once a month for a mental health day because it's really good to check yourself, and because if you don't get checked, as in like if you let yourself get worked up and worked up and more worked up, then your mental health blows out. So good on you for getting staying home and addressing your mental health today, and be kind to yourself, Maddie. Like be kind to yourself. Hi Jamie, how you going? I possibly have depression, anxiety. And look, Maddie, it's this time of year also. Like Matt will confirm, like this time of year, like again, I'm not no one special, guys. I'm not a counselor of any description, guys. But I'm sure Mike will back me up here that Christmas time is very stressful for a lot of people. Um, and it's a stressful time of year. Like there's a lot of bad stuff happening around the world. Jamie's just pinpointing to something that bad happened at Bondi Beach here in Australia. Um, so there's a lot of stress going on in the world right now, and especially Christmas time. It puts a lot of pressure on us. So, Maddie, you know, you had to go to school today. That will put pressure on you too. Hey, Clayton, how you going? I didn't even see you in the chat, Clayton. I actually thought you were Matt. Sorry, Mike. So yeah, take two. We're just quickly sidetracking because our friend Maddie here. If you don't know Maddie, Maddie is from Arizona, and she's just gone through some surgery and she's just telling us about that she's having a bit of mental health problem today. She's feeling a bit depressed and having a bit of anxiety. And so, as I said, I'm not a counselor or anything like that, and I don't ever, say that I can actually help anyone. but I'm happy to talk to anyone and listen to anyone if they have, have any issues, right? I'm an open door. I'll pick up the phone to anyone that called me and said they were, they wanted to talk to someone. Mike's saying here, yes, it is. I'm unable to see my family this year. Not enough money. So Mike's feeling the pinch, and Mike's working. He's traveling a lot to get to work. He's doing 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at home, sometimes sleeping in a camper van in his car park of his work just to make ends meet so that he can get proper sleep because he's got to travel so far for work. And, even, and as he said, he's feeling, probably a little bit depressed at the moment because he can't be with his family this year. So, traditionally this time of year is quite stressful for a lot of people. Thank you for subscribing. So, I mean, Clayton would probably even say the same thing to you, it's a hard time. Maddie's saying here, I got accused of accused me of work. It was not mine. Okay. So, I obviously can't help you with any of that kind of stuff, that you're getting accused of stuff by your teacher and that wasn't your fault. And it sounds like you need to vent, Maddie. So please vent away in the chat. But I'm just going to take the pressure off that for a second. I just want to go back to my story I was telling in my last live. I was talking about my health, and obviously this channel is about my experiences. Dora is obviously my alter ego. My real name is Mutiara, but Dora is a nickname that I've had for a long time, and I like to adventure like Dora. I always got a backpack. Literally got a backpack with me right now, because I'm always, I like to explore. But part of Dora exploring is, traveling and walking, hiking, adventures. And if I'm not fit and feeling healthy in myself, mentally, mind, body, soul, spirit, all that kind of stuff, it's all connected, right? I won't be able to do those adventures. So that's why I really got into my health. And a lot of people are not into that health. That's fine. Don't subscribe. Don't watch. Okay, and that's okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm here to share my experiences. And when I did 75 hard, I realized that it did help a lot of people. Like, you look at Paula. Miss Paula is trying to climb her Mount Everest because she realizes that she needs to get fit. So I'm not saying I'm not here to inspire, but if that rubs off on you, excellent. Because I think that we could all do a little bit more exercise. We could all drink a little bit more water. We could all have less sugar, less alcohol. But I'm not telling you what to do, right? As I said, you watch my lives, you see what transpires in my videos and what happens. But I'm outing myself that yesterday I went, right, this is deep, it's time, Dora. You've put on 1 kilo, which is not a big deal. But like I said, we're coming up to Christmas. Christmas is a time of year that we all overindulge. More alcohol, more sweets, more food. Traditionally, my Christmases are huge, guys. There's a lot of food. My mum cooks amazing food, and it's a smorgasbord of lots and lots of yummy, yummy food. Even though it's healthy food, but when you have too much of it, that goes on your hips and waist. That puts on more weight. So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is that this is the next 2 weeks. It's like, I'm probably going to put on more weight if I don't address this now. So yesterday, I'm just outing myself. I went, fuck it. I'm going to go buy myself a takeaway. Through 75 hard, I didn't buy any takeaway, guys. You're not allowed to buy any takeaway. I went down and bought myself a takeaway. I haven't been buying takeaway, guys, because I make my lunches most days for work. I have salad and tuna, or salad, and I had salad today and cut up beef in it. It was lovely. And it's a way of saving money, right? Because, you buy your lunches every day. It costs a lot of money. So, hey, Charlie, how you going? So, yeah, so yesterday I was at home. I treated myself, right? It's okay to buy takeaway every now and then, guys. It's okay, okay? I'm not saying don't buy it, okay? I'm not telling you what to do at all, right? But I went and got myself chicken and chips at my local Aussie Rooster Chips. Now, Aussie Rooster Chips, guys, is like an institution here in Redcliffe, where I live. Now, I've traveled a lot, guys. I'm very, very grateful that I've traveled a lot, okay? when I've come back from those holidays, like for example, when I went and lived in Mexico, I came back like a year later, and guess what the first thing I did was? I went and I got Aussie Rooster chips because, I really was craving Aussie Rooster chips. So they're really good chips. It's got a good flavor, and I hadn't had any for ages, right? So basically, I treated myself yesterday, and that's fine, right? But I treated myself knowing that today I was going to pull my finger out and get back into my routines. Thank you. I'm not going to cry. So anyway, today has been great, guys. I got up in the morning, I did my meditation, I read my book. I've started a new book, guys. I'm reading my 7th book. So I'm kind of like doing 75 hard, guys. Hey, Deb, how you going? So Deb's got here, I often feel down and I scroll on Facebook and stop, and the comedians, before I knew it, I was laughing until I cried. Yeah, comedy actually helps a lot. Yeah, watching comedy shows or series on TV or YouTube really help people with depression. So that might be an angle for you, Maddie, is to go, put some, favorite show on TV or something, or on your YouTube, or what, on Netflix. Um, oh, look, Clayton, don't worry about that person. I don't care. I am who I am. If he thinks I'm looking like I'm going to cry, I don't care. Or I'm looking like his mummy, I don't care. Wayne, how you going? It's a long time. I haven't seen you for a long time, Wayne. How are you? I hope you're well. So, guys, custom screen printing is my friend Wayne, and local reviewer 82 is Clayton. I always forget sometimes that I call people by their first names, and then I forget that people don't know who I'm talking about, right? If I say, hi, Wayne, no one knows who custom screen printing is, except people that know you in the chat. I mean, I'm sure Deb knows you, Mike knows you. A lot of people know Wayne. Wayne's been around. Um, yep, Mike's saying hello. So, sorry, guys, I'm back to my story, guys. So, yeah, it's time to do something about it because I want to get down. I need to have a goal, guys. For years, I wanted to get to 75 kilos, guys. Like I said, I've been 80, 85 kilos for a while, guys. And I printed out 75 on a piece of paper, and I put it on my wall behind my computer desk, right? So I used to work from home a lot. So I would sit working at my computer, eating my chocolate bar, looking at the sign that said 75, because I'm trying to, I guess, manifest to get down to 75 kilos. So, guys, I'm really proud that I've got down to under 75 kilos now, and I had that 75 um, page on my wall for years. And it wasn't till I started doing 75 hard that I've done it. So 75 hard got me to 75 kilos. Oh my God, that's crazy. So anyway, I just kind of clued that up there, guys. But anyway, that's not the point, right? But when I was starting to lose a bit more weight through 75 hard, I set a goal. I said, I want to get to 69 kilos by Christmas. Why did I say 69 kilos? Well, I wanted to be under 70. I thought, well, you know what? Just because I got to 75 kilos, you need to keep on moving the post, right? When you're setting goals, like for example, if someone wants to, get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? Like for example, Mike just got to 500 subscribers, everyone. So let's everyone give Mike Adventure Sparks a clap, because he just got to 500 subscribers. It's very hard to get 500 subscribers, let alone friggin' 1,000 or 2,000, right? So congratulations, Mike. But now Mike needs to set a new goal, right? He needs to go, right, I need to get to 750 subscribers, or 1,000. I don't know, whatever the goal is, right? But you need to keep on moving the post. Otherwise, what are you aiming for, right? So with me personally, I like a challenge, right? If I challenge myself, I can do crazy things, right? So I need to set a goal. I wanted to get out of the 70s, but I didn't want to be probably in my 60s, like too much of the 60s. So probably at 40, 10 years ago, I was at my best weight. I looked, like I had boobs. Like, I'll be honest, guys. I'm sorry, I'm being very, very honest here. But, as a 20-year-old, guys, I was flat chested. I was as skinny as a rake. There was nothing to me, right? You put me in a pair of bikinis and like guys would say, why are you wearing bikinis? Like, you've got nothing there. So I was like flat chested. So I guess my best weight and how my body looked was when I was 40. When I was living in Mexico, 40, 42, 43, those years, I had the best figure. I was exercising, I was looking after myself. I looked great in, my togs, my bikini. I looked great on the beach, right? Now, it's not all about the way you look, guys, okay? I know that's very superficial, but that's the best. I'm just giving you an example, guys. That's the best weight I've ever been, okay? And I was down to 65 kilos. And I look at photos of myself and I go, you know what, Dora, you probably looked a little bit too skinny. So again, for my height, 65 kilos was probably a little bit too skinny. So I don't want to just put a goal out there. Oh, I want to be to 65 kilos. You need to manifest, you need to have a goal that's achievable, but a little bit out of reach too, right? But also not ridiculous, right? So if I just got to 74 kilos, it would be kind of ridiculous to say that I want to get to 65 kilos that soon, right? So that's why I'm like, you know what? I want to get to 69 kilos. And like I said, I didn't really like my weight at 65 kilos. I think I looked a little bit too skinny. And look, again, everyone likes their own, they have their own way of how they want to look. I personally don't want to be really, really skinny. I think it's nice to have a bit of meat on you and it makes you look healthy, personally, okay? You do you, right? You do you, I do me, okay? So I'm just giving you an idea how I got to 69 kilos. So I didn't want to be 65, but I wanted to be out of the 70s just to push myself a little bit more. So anyway, I put a goal there that I wanted to be 69 kilos by Christmas. That's next week. I've just put on a kilo weight. It's not realistic that I'm going to lose 4 kilos in a week. And I'm not going to starve myself. I'm not going to be anorexic. I'm not going to be bulimic, all those kind of things. I'm not into that, guys. What you do to your body is really important, right? Because if you start being bulimic to lose weight, then you're going to cause a whole lot of other issues, right? So I'm not transpiring to any of that. So I need to move the goalpost because I'm not going to lose that many kilos, well, 4 kilos, 5 kilos in a week. Not realistic. And it's Christmas, right? So I've moved it to New Year's Day. New Year's Day, the 1st, 2026. Now, I might not get to 69 kilos, guys, but I might. So I'm putting it out there to my friends. You guys are my friends. Deb, Mike, Clayton, Wayne, Maddie. I don't know who else is there. I said Deb. I'm putting it out there. You guys are my friends. I'm outing myself. I want to be 69 kilos or close to it by January 1st. Mike's too old to be buff up and I don't have a wife. But Mike, do it for you. I'm not doing it for Diego. I'm doing it for me. You've seen Diego? Diego doesn't give a shit about his body. And I'm being really honestly, brutally truth. I've had enough with Diego about his weight. I'm like, if you want to be overweight, that's on you, right? But I'm doing me, right? And I'm not here to cheerlead anyone. Like, I've been for years saying to Diego, come on, you need to address your weight. You need to address your weight. But he doesn't listen. So I'm like, you know what? You can only do so much, guys. But I'm doing this for me, Mike. So do it for you. Mike, I've seen pictures of you naked, man. So guys, I've seen pictures of Mike naked on his Instagram, okay? Not front ways, guys, okay? Back ways. Backside. I've seen his backside. But what I'm trying to say is, Mike, you can. Mike, I actually think you've lost a bit of weight. I was observing a couple of videos the other day of you, and I actually think you've lost a little bit of weight. So Wayne says here, I like working out and I enjoy it. Yeah, you do it for you, Wayne, don't you? You don't have a partner. I don't think you have a partner, do you, Wayne? You have a wife or a girlfriend? Lavender, how you going, Lavender? Your country's name. Australia. I'm from Australia. Well, Mike. Okay, so guys, a couple of things are happening here, right? So, Mike, if you want to seriously do something about your weight, do it for you. So Kirk's saying I'm Indian. Hi, how you going? Laugh. I was answering Deborah. Okay. Sorry. Customs printing. So Wayne says, I have a girlfriend. That's great. Do you speak Hindi? I don't speak Hindi. What are you talking about today? I'm talking about outing myself and getting to a weight of 69 kilos. Sorry, Mike. Anyway, so how am I going to do this, guys? It's great to have a goal, but you got to have like how you're going to do it, right? So this is why I'm talking to you guys, because I told you in 75 Hard, this is what I'm doing. And guess what? I did it because I talked about it. I did it. I talked about it before I did it. I talked about it every day while I was doing it. Because the more you talk about it, the more you put it out to the universe, the energy, all those kind of things, right? So Mike's got here, I have been going to gym when I can, and I've tried to eat meat, so I've lost almost 100 pounds. Wow, there you go. So I was honestly, I had actually observed that you actually had lost a bit of weight, Mike. One of the videos that you were doing, you were hiking. It was probably not too long ago actually, and I actually thought, and the videos I've seen recently, I went, you actually have lost a bit of weight. That's great. So Lavender's got here, I've lost 26 kilos in 3.5 months. That's not healthy. I know you've got a few health problems going on, Lavender. But yeah, I'm definitely not wanting to lose that much weight that quickly at all. I mean, all I'm looking for is 5 kilos, guys. 5 kilos. That's what I'm looking for. 5 kilos. So Wayne's got here, because I care about myself, I work out and enjoy it. Yeah, true. I mean, that's why I do it. I care about myself. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm not doing it for Diego. I'm not doing it for YouTube to make myself look better in the photos or videos. No, not at all. I could care less. It's for me. Okay, because Lavender's been very sick. Yeah. So realistically, guys, can someone do the maths for me? How many days till New Year's Day? Well, let's do the maths. What's the date today? I don't even know. Can someone do the maths for me? Today is Friday. So today's Thursday. I don't know, guys. Can someone do the maths in Australia? The date today in Australia is Thursday. How many days till I have the 1st of January? I just want to work backward. Can someone do the maths for me? I would, but it's on my phone and I can't get that on the phone. So what I'm trying to say is how many more days I've got left. Actually, hold on. 18. The 18 days or 13 days? 13. 13 days. So, Lavender, what's the date today? Can someone tell me the date today? Can someone tell me the date today? Is today the 18th? I think today's the 18th. Is it today the 18th? I should know. Okay, cool. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lavender. Okay, so we've got 18th. So 19th. So today's 18th. 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we've got 8 days to Christmas. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So technically, I've got 9 days. If you include today, I've got 9 days. Hello, traveling Filipina. You're from Philippines. Hello, how you going? So guys, we're just talking about me setting a goal to lose some weight. And I'm not being dramatic. I'm quite happy with my weight, guys. If you have a look at my last short, was from last week. I'm actually really happy with how I look, guys. I'm actually really happy. I've actually got a bit of a waist. Before I did 75 Hard, guys, I was like my block. I was a block. Straight from my boobs down to my waist. It was like a block. And that is really unhealthy for women to have like a block in your stomach. Like it looks, you're solid, right? So anyway, so I'm very happy with how my body looks right now, guys. But you can always do better, right? And it's good to challenge yourself. And like I said, I've picked up that in the last week, I've started putting on the weight again. So if I don't start crawling back now, then, um, I'm going to get to the Christmas, New Year's Day and go, shit, Dora, you've started 2026. That's a bit disappointing when, you lost a bit of weight with 75 hard. And now, look, you're starting in 2026 with more weight. Not more weight, but with a little bit extra weight, right? Go to bed, Mike. Go to bed. Go to bed. So anyway, I'm outing myself 69 kilos in 14 days. I will do some exercise this afternoon. I think I'm going to do some boxing this afternoon, guys. I probably will do a live. So you're going to start seeing me doing more lives again with exercise. Okay, guys? So yeah, I'm outing myself. If I do weights and boxing, you actually lose a little bit more weight because it's more cardio resistant, like it's more physical. Whereas if I walk, my body's quite used to walking. I lose weight, takes a little bit longer to lose weight. But it's not just about exercise, guys. It's more about what you put in your mouth. So, yeah, Dora is going to be watching what she puts in her mouth. She's going to be watching her portion sizes. She doesn't need to eat the same amount of food as Diego just because Diego's eating, a big meal. Dora doesn't need to eat a big meal. So, like last night, Diego had sausages and salad. I chose to have salad and tuna. I'm not going to say that I'm going to eat that every night, but I just felt like I needed to have less food that last night. So I don't need to eat the same food as Diego. So anyway, I'm just putting it out there to the universe that 69 kilos is where I want to go. I want to go this way, not that way, okay? And look, I might not get to 69 kilos by January 1st, or I might, but I've got to start somewhere. I've got to put a number out there. And if I just go, okay, I want to lose 2 kilos, it's very achievable, right? Then I might not try very hard. But if I have to lose 5 kilos, that's a lot of weight in like 14 days. I don't think that's even achievable, to be honest, because it's not really healthy, right? But I'm going to give it a crack. So anyway, just another thing I want to talk about, guys, was there's a challenge or a health fitness thing called Holiday 100. So Holiday 100, it's a company in the UK that do this. It's a charity. I'm not sure what the charity is, but I'm not really doing it for the charity. I just like the idea of the Holiday 100. What it is doing 100 kilometers. So again, I don't know what that is in miles, but it's 100 kilometers over the Christmas break. Because traditionally at Christmas time, everyone gets fat. We just all go into food comas. I did this last year and I loved it. I started the new year feeling really happy and healthy about myself because I'd just done 100 kilometers. So what it means, see ya, Wayne. I'm happy that you're feeling good. So what I'm doing from Christmas Eve, so that's the 24th of December to January 1st, I divided 100 by those days. I can't remember. I think it's 11 days, so I can't remember how many days it is. But which works out to be 11.11 kilometers a day. So, which is a fair bit of kilometers, guys. So, the actual traditional Holiday 100, if you check out their webpage or their YouTube their Instagram, they do it over Christmas Day to New Year's Eve. I'm extending it out by doing Christmas Eve to New Year's Day because I figure it's a good excuse to not get drunk on New Year's Eve and wake up in the morning and finish off a challenge. Like, how's that? You start starting 2026 by achieving something, by walking, by achieving that I've done 100 kilometers in the last, week and a half. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. And that will also help me on my plate to lose those kilos because last year, I got stuck into it. I was doing 11.11 kilometers a day walking, walking, walking. Obviously, when you're walking that, you're drinking lots of water. And when you're drinking lots of water and you're exercising, you're also watching what you eat. Just subconsciously, you don't really feel like a Big Mac cheeseburger and a can of, Pepsi when you've just done 11 kilo, like 11 Ks and drank a lot of water. So that helped my plight. So anyway, that's going to help me too, but I need a head start, right? So it's not Christmas Eve yet. Today, I did a silent live this morning where I walked for about half an hour, and then I will, I'll do some exercise this afternoon. I'm going to do some boxing this afternoon, guys. So I will come back and do a live later on. If you're around, come say hello. If you're not, that's okay. You know I'm going to do it anyway. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. Maddie, I hope you feel better later on. I hope you watch some, take Deb's advice about watching some comedy shows or something like that. Anyway, how is Deb? How are you going, Deb, anyway? All right. I'm just going to pack up and go back inside. Anyway, I hope you are well, Deb. I'm going to go, guys. Thanks for being here. I'm playing Animal Crossing, a New Horizon. Okay, there you go. So see you guys. Bye.